Hi.
Hi.
Welcome back to Training
to
Be
Be
Normal
Normal.
with
Angie,
and Grady. There's a lot to talk about.
today is a heavy episode.
Today is we also there's a lot of time between now and the last episode.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So a lot of things have happened. Um
I don't know if we'll cover all of it, but a lot of things have transcribed.
yeah.
We-
We're also hoping that we get episodes out more regularly than this, but
Yeah,
we're still figuring it out.
just college life has gone a little, it's taken us both by storm.
Yes, yes. But let's really get into the meat and potatoes of it. The election.
Yeah.
The election. So this is being recorded on November 9th, 4 days after the election. So it's, it was a shock. My prediction had Kamala Harris winning with she would carry Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Nevada, and North Carolina.
None of that happened.
No!
None of that happened.
Donald Trump won all the swing
It was
states.
rigged.
Girl. But I really think that this brings up, the whole topic of the podcast is you're trying to be normal. Let's talk about normal. What is normal? Because, to Angie and I
don't know a fully qualified woman. That's
fully
not
qualified.
That's not a racist.
Not convicted of 34 felonies.
Yeah, becoming president and not the felon, but
cheating
that's
on
like
their
what's normal to me.
partner
But it could
with
be
a
different for
porn
other
star.
people. Yeah, it could be different for other people.
It could be different. So I think what really it came down to, I know there was a lot of talk in this election about he's a felon, he's a bad person, she's lying, she's this. But I think a lot of people voted based on policy.
Mm-hmm.
Because there were so many people talking about what is Kamala's policy, what is she saying. So I think a lot of people put aside the man Donald Trump and voted for the policies of Donald Trump.
What are his policies?
Deporting people.
Exactly.
Hate.
It's just a whole campaign built off hatred.
Yes. And there were lots of interesting things that he said along the way. That's how I'm going to phrase it. Interesting.
Yeah.
Dogs, cats, They're eating the pets.
Yeah. Now,
Girl.
We aren't a political podcast.
No.
But
this episode's going to be more
politics
political
very
than
much
others.
a part of who we are.
Mm-hmm. We talk about politics. Honestly, probably too much for regular
Yeah,
people.
I mean it's like an everyday thing.
Almost.
But because of the election, it's kind of tipped its peak.
Yeah. So what this, I think. So there's still votes to count. California's still only 62% of the way done counting their votes. There's millions of people there, so it's going to be crazy long. But I think what this election means, Donald Trump winning in the Electoral College, so far carrying the popular vote too, but also a Senate that looks to be, last I checked, it was going to be 53-47 for the Republicans.
And that's crazy.
The Republicans flipped Ohio, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia.
What about?
And Montana, not Tennessee.
What about the House?
The House right now, they've called 212 Republican seats and 200 Democratic seats. You need 218 seats to have a majority. So, and a lot of the seats they're waiting on are in California. So, they're still counting an Ohio seat. But House, that's what I was going to say. If it goes to Democrats, it'll be the first black Speaker of the House, Hakeem Jeffries. I think he's New York's 8th district, I want to say. Maybe 18th. I think it ends with an 8. Maybe it's a 6. Anyways, he's from New York. Hakeem Jeffries, first black Speaker of the House. But if it doesn't, and it goes to the Republican stays in their hand. One, that's full Republican control over the government. We have a Republican president, Republican Senate, Republican House, Republican, although conservative Supreme Court is what you're supposed to call it because you aren't supposed to be like, it's partisan, but it's partisan.
Yeah.
That could mean a lot of things. One,
It's
a lot
spooky.
of the, yeah. But there's also recent rulings by the Supreme Courts. I'm specifically thinking of Chevron, where they limited the power of the bureaucracy of like the cabinet and stuff, the Department of State, Department of this, EPA, all that stuff, to make new rules or even get rid of rules. That's a much longer, much more difficult process. So, in terms of things happening from the executive branch, we probably won't see as much action, but things happening in Congress, it really depends.
It'll get spicy.
Yeah, and I think that'll really depend on a lot of Trump's policymaking.
Who's Pete Buttigieg?
Pete Buttigieg is currently the Secretary of Transportation in the Biden cabinet. And he was the mayor of South Bend, Indiana.
So he was a mayor, and now he's, like, in Congress?
He's in the cabinet.
What's the cabinet?
The cabinet is a group of advisors to the president. It started because...
And they elect it on their own?
No.
They choose
The president chooses somebody, and then the Senate has to confirm them to the position. So it's the Secretary of State, the Attorney General, the Secretary of the Interior and Agriculture, all that stuff. Pete Buttigieg is the Secretary of Transportation. And it started with Andrew Jackson, started calling his advisors the kitchen cabinet because they met in the kitchen.
Oh.
So that was the whole...
And that's why people are like, Donald Trump just made that one woman a part of his cabinet?
So what he actually did was something that is fully in the president's control. That is White House staff. That is, so that woman is the White House chief of staff. It's like she's meeting with Donald Trump every single day. She's gonna be in charge of hiring and firing people who work in the White House. She's gonna make sure that the White House itself runs smoothly. So anything that happens in like the White House office, fully president. Nobody else can manage that besides the president.
What else has been going on besides the election?
I think the election's the biggest thing right now. We have Thanksgiving coming up.
Grammy nominations.
Grammy
nominations. I just thought of this. I just want to say, Jungkook was robbed. He was robbed. And I'll say this with my chest. He was fucking robbed. He was robbed.
I don't listen to Jungkook, so
But
I
let me
cannot
just
give
say
my
that
input.
he broke multiple records.
Okay.
All of it. 2023, he also got robbed because 7 was like literally one of the biggest songs of that year. And then Standing Next to You in 3D, also huge. Also like billions of streams. Breaking records. And nothing to show for it. And that's just crazy to me.
I think the Academy is racist.
They are racist.
I mean, yeah.
Inherently very, very racist.
Yeah. But I'm excited to see Charlie XCX up there. And I'm very excited to see Troye Sivan with Got Me Started.
I don't think Charlie or Troy will win, but I'm glad they got their
Charlie
nomination.
might win with Brat.
No.
For really? You don't think for Best Pop Album?
Nope. I think it's either going to go to Short and Sweet or The Rise and Fall of Midwest Princess. I hope Taylor Swift gets nothing. I hope she gets...
That's true. Oh, don't even get it. Oh, girl.
I hope she gets literal crumbs.
We're going to get haters.
She doesn't deserve anything. The torture departments.
like... tortured poet
the most boring album to exist,
I just don't vibe with her music a ton. I think it's very, like... It just doesn't...
do anything. Like, I have these friends and they're...
Like... Go ahead.
I have friends and they're like fans of Taylor Swift, like 100% respect to them, but they were playing Taylor Swift songs specifically from that album in the car, and I'm like, this is crazy. I feel like I've listened to the same song in the past like 10 songs.
I fear it is.
All those songs
song
sound
over and
the
over.
exact same. And then I was like, this is like actually triggering. Like her voice is like actually like making me angry. I've never had that problem before. I'm like, yeah, she's like kind of like she's a decent singer.
Yeah.
She's a good singer, but like her voice is making me angry. I'm like, I can't do this.
You're right. No, I just like when I hear Taylor Swift, I can sit there and do nothing. Like
I'm like, I won't move.
But like
it's
when
crickets
I hear,
for me.
when I hear like Troye Sivan, Charlie, Chappell, Sabrina, any other, pretty much almost any other artist,
Any other pop girl.
I'm like ready to like dance or like I'm ready to like I don't know. I'm not just gonna sit.
I think I've come to the discovery that maybe I'm the problem because I don't like a lot of like popular famous artists.
I'm the problem, it's me.
Ew.
How does that song go?
I don't know. I don't
know.
want to know. I don't want to know. But I think it's like a problem where like I think people just like, am I the problem or am I just like too like critical because like I don't like Taylor Swift.
You're definitely very critical.
I don't like Taylor Swift. I don't like Selena Gomez. I don't like Ariana Grande. I don't like SZA, and I don't like.
Why don't you like SZA?
She's a pathological liar.
I don't
know. And
know.
it's actually
I don't know
crazy,
her,
and she doesn't realize that like, oh, it's like I think a lot of people like to make a joke out of it, and it gets funny sometimes. Like she'll lie about the craziest things, like it's like the little things, but then like she'll lie about bigger things, and it actually has an impact on people and like fans, and then it's like people like it's like, what was the point? Like I get it that it's not a big deal to you, and maybe it's not a big deal in the grand scheme of things, but like why even do it in the first place? And I don't like that. Also, like her music bangs, but it's like just not music I really listen to. But,
yeah, no, I only listen to Kill Bill. Is that?
But
the
like
name of
she's
it?
incredibly
And it's not
talented.
even,
like she's amazing, and she's like literally gorgeous.
Oh, SZA?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like the same thing. Ariana Grande is very talented. She has amazing vocal control, but she's an issue.
I don't like her.
She's problematic. She has fantastic vocal ability, though.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. But like, let's not act like she's the best singer on the planet, that she needs to change her voice into this light, airy voice so it conserves her voice. What other singer are you seeing doing that? You see opera singers doing that? Do you see any other talented singers? You don't see like actual professionally trained singers that sing literally like 3 hours, like probably like 3 hours every single day on like a Broadway tour. You don't see them doing that because you don't need to do that.
Yeah. I don't know if there was like a vocal coach that told her to do that, or somebody's lying to that woman. Somebody's lying
like
to her.
Some things happen, like literally it's just not a coincidence that like Ariana back then, she was much tanner, she had brunette hair, she was releasing more like her songs she was releasing were like not as like super like poppy and like bright, like and the people she surrounded herself with, and then she all of a sudden she speaks in a much deeper voice, speaks with a much different way, like that. There's like a video of her, and she's like, "Get the fuck over here." I'm like, or something like that.
Oh yeah, no, and
I'm like, and then now Ariana's like, "I just went to the park today, and like it was so fun." I'm like, and now she's extremely pale.
Yeah, I don't think I'd get along with her as a person.
I'm sorry, it looks like she's Asian fishing to the gods. She has blonde hair, and then now she's like pulling all this and thing. And I'm like, well, she's just conserving her voice. Well, her conserving her voice is like an actual joke because like people are allowed to get like hurt by it because what known person has that type of thing? Like what has that type of transition?
Who was the Pete that she was dating? Because I can only think of Pete Buttigieg now.
Pete Davidson.
Who is he?
He's a comedian and like an actor. He's dated a lot of. He used to date Kim Kardashian.
Oh, he looks like the meth addict.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think his dad died.
I'm just Pete. I'm just Pete.
Yeah.
I don't know the rest of the lyrics to that one, but it came out with a Barbie movie.
I am not gonna be the one to hit on a woman just because she's a woman. Like, no, I'm a girl's girl. But, like, I have reasons why I don't like Ariana and I don't like Taylor. I'm not gonna be openly hating without like without context. I'm not gonna get online and get my Twitter fingers going around like Taylor Swift sucks. Like,
girl, you don't post anything anyways.
like that's not me. But like, if in context, if someone brings it up, I will talk about my feelings because it's something people don't like to talk about because people just turn a blind eye to things.
That's fair.
And I don't like the fact that things just turn a blind eye. Like, I want people to know, and I know it's like a thing. Like, my friends will say this, like, well, why do you only like not like girls? I'm like, there's plenty of male artists and celebrities I don't like either, but people hold these women to such a higher pedestal, and I 100% get it. Like, it's an industry that women are undermined in, but like they're held on such a higher pedestal. One, they're like way more famous than the men too. So it's like I feel like I have more to pitch in than when I'm talking about like male celebrities and artists.
No, I feel like you're right. I also feel like male artists, like, this is a thing where she lies a lot. I don't know about a lot about this, so I'm taking you at your word, girl. But like a male artist could probably get away with that.
I'm just saying, men get away with anything, and when men does something bad, I already expect it. Like, I'm like, oh, well. But
we're gonna get hate for being men haters.
But okay, the thing with SZA was BTS and Lizzo were like they were like friends and stuff. So like they would talk to each other on the internet. BTS had their concert in like LA, I think. Lizzo invited SZA because they're friends. And then SZA goes on Twitter and so it's like, how was it meeting BTS? She goes, oh, I don't know. They didn't really talk to me or something. Like, something like they didn't like meet me, but like I'm sure it's fine. And then it created this huge beef of like people being like, why weren't they talking to SZA? They're like racist for not talking to SZA. And then people were like, and then there was like videos of her literally meeting and hugging BTS, members of BTS. I'm like, how can you go online and say that they didn't talk to you and they like ignored you, and then literally have videos of them saying hi to you? Did
she like clear it up after that, or?
I don't remember. So I don't want to spread anything else. I don't remember, but like it was just like everyone kind of moved on. I'm like, I didn't forget because BTS are not racist.
That does remind me though that like it's not an unwarranted thing. They aren't racist as far as I know, but like it's not unwarranted because there's a lot of anti-black racism in South Korean culture.
100%, but like it's never in that situation because first off, they invited Lizzo, right? A black woman, and then they like.
I have a black friend. I can't be racist.
No, it's not that. They have plenty.
That's what you're saying. I'm not saying they're racist, but I'm saying that they can't be like, oh, I'm not racist because I'm friends with Lizzo.
I don't think it's that. It's just like if they were like openly racist, like
you would know.
Especially because someone like Lizzo, I feel like she in before everything like happened with her.
We need to cover that.
Okay, sometime. But before everything happened to her, like she is definitely somebody in the industry that like, what's the word? Amplified, like black artists. Mm-hmm. Like she is someone you would look like. You wouldn't look at Lizzo and be like, she's racist too. Like you wouldn't like say. So like it's not like. If it was like BTS invited like Chris Brown. You see what I mean? Like yeah. It's not because like just because she's a woman of color, but also because of her character.
Right.
It was because of her character. Like I know Lizzo wouldn't be even talking to BTS. Oh, I don't know anything because I don't know them. But like
I don't know anything.
I don't know anything because they're just little strangers. But for her image and how she is as a person, she wouldn't hang out with somebody or even be friends with somebody who's like that. And I think it goes both ways.
Yeah.
And then she brought her friend SZA, gorgeous lady, I love her sometimes. And then she does that. It flips the script on them and it puts this image on them, especially because their fandoms are not alike at all. There's like barely any interlocking. They're very two like separate groups, and then you have this, and then you plant this idea in their head that they're like these horrible guys, that they're horrible and like racist. It sucks because then people fly with the idea, and then they're racist back, and then it's like all this thing. That's what it was too. I remember on Twitter, like, people were just being straight up racist to BTS. And it just upset me.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, like...
You're too online. We're very different. Like, when somebody's racist and I find out about it, it's a politician, somebody who actually influences the world. When you find out about it, it's a musician.
This was like 2-3 years ago. Like, it was a long time ago. I've definitely grown since then, and like, it's not a problem. I don't think it's a problem, but like, it's just an example of like things I remember. Like, I don't forget.
Our realms are very different.
Like, I don't forget.
Anyways, going with the Grammy nominations. We're going to go through a few of the categories, and I want to get your thoughts on who should win. So, first is Record of the Year. There's Now and Then with the Beatles, Texas Hold'em, Beyonce, Espresso, Sabrina Carpenter, 360, Charlie XCX, Birds of a Feather, Billie Eilish, Not Like Us, Kendrick Lamar, Good Luck Babe, Chappell Roan, Fortnite, Taylor Swift featuring Post Malone.
Let me look at the list. Record of the Year.
Record of the Year.
I think it should go to Espresso.
Espresso, not Espresso.
Shut up.
I disagree.
I think it should either be Espresso or maybe Not Like Us.
Really? Okay, Not Like Us is up there. I want 360 to win, though.
I just don't think it will.
I don't think it will, but I want it to win. Which one do you want to win, though?
Espresso.
Espresso, okay. Album of the Year. New Blue Sun, Andre 3000. Never heard of this person.
I literally don't even know who that is.
Cowboy Carter, Beyonce. Short and Sweet, Sabrina Carpenter. Brat, Charlie XCX. Jesse Volume 4, Jacob Collier. I don't know who that is. Hit Me Hard and Soft, Billie Eilish. The Rise and Fall of Midwest Princess, Chappell Roan. In the Tortured Poets Department, Taylor Swift.
Okay, I'll be honest, I've never listened to any of these albums in its entirety.
I haven't either. Oh, no, I listened to The Rise and Fall of Midwest Princess in its entirety.
But I'm trying to think of things that made the most impact and things that, like...
Should be something to give each other.
Impact and things, like, I've listened to the most. I'd probably say Short and Sweet. But I just don't think... I think Renaissance did a lot... Is that the album name? I think Renaissance did a lot better than Cowboy Carter. And I just, like...
It did.
Beyonce had some bangers.
I like Beyonce, although I have to give it to her. She's venturing into new music. And I like that. She's being creative. I like this. Especially from somebody who's been in, like, music for so long. Doing this later in your career is kind of crazy. But, like, period. Work. Dolly Parton core. She did a rock album.
I think, I didn't think the songs are bad. It's just, like, I didn't really hear any of them. I only heard the This Ain't Country.
Yeah,
that
Texas
song.
Hold'em.
Like, I've only ever heard that song.
I want Brat to win. I think it'll be Short and Sweet, probably.
Short and Sweet's just too good.
Yeah. Song of the Year. A bar song, Tipsy, which is...
No. What is that song?
Hold on.
I'm on a party, I'm gonna get in tips.
Yeah, that.
We got a history. Oh.
That's a bunch of artists. Birds of a Feather, Billie Eilish, and...
Why Birds of a Feather? I don't get it. Birds of a Feather. No, I like the album, but that wasn't her title track, was it?
I think it was.
I thought it was, Cheerio.
No, I thought it was Birds of a Feather.
Is it?
Either way, though, Birds of a Feather popped off.
It was really popular, but it's definitely not a song I listened to from the album.
Die With a Smile, Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars.
Nope.
Fortnite, Taylor Swift. Nope. And then Good Luck Babe.
Good Luck Babe.
I think Good Luck Babe, I wouldn't be...
What is this, Song of the Year?
This is Song of the Year.
What's the difference between record and Song of the Year?
I don't know.
I think I would give it to Good Luck Babe. Good Luck Babe was...
Song of the Year goes to writers and producers as well.
Oh.
The record, I think, just goes to the artist. So, I want Good Luck Babe to win, although I would also be pretty happy with Die With a Smile. I thought...
It's because I don't like Lady Gaga!
Wait, there's more. Hold on, there was an ad. There's Not Like Us, Kendrick Lamar. Please, 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 Sabrina Carpenter. And Texas Hold'em, Beyonce.
I still think Good Luck Babe.
Okay. I think Please, Please, Please might take it. Not Like Us also.
I mean, everybody and their mom was singing Good Luck Babe.
That's very true. But Not Like Us also had that kind of effect when it came out. That was, like, also now Kendrick Lamar's headlining.
Like, Please, Please was popular, but it was unpopular as Espresso.
That's true.
So
I think Not Like Us might take it, though.
Yeah, I could see that.
Okay. Now, best new artist.
Chapel.
Benson Boone.
Even though Doechii. I like Doechii.
Benson Boone, Sabrina Carpenter, Doechii, Khruangbin. I don't know who that is. I'm probably saying it wrong. Ray, Chapel Roan, or just, okay.
Okay, this is hard because
Shabuzi, and then Teddy Swims.
I like Sabrina. I would like Sabrina.
I don't enjoy her music as much as like you do. I really.
I'm not crazy about her music. Like I'm not listening every day, but like I can't deny like I literally love her music and I literally love her.
I like Taste Nespresso, but like I'm not like.
Me and her go back to Girl Meets World. Like I love Sabrina. She like this is like her breakout year. Like it's insane how popular she has gotten, how much success she's had. But then it's also like Chapel. This was her year.
She literally dealt with stalkers.
Like she would like I don't want to say like she went from like literally nothing to like everything.
She opened for Olivia Rodrigo. Now she's has openers.
Like literally, like she had like her performance at I think it was like Lollapalooza. It was
and then
crazy.
Coachella. It's like crazy. The Governor's Ball.
Like she had an insane year. So it's like they both were extremely popular. I would say, as much as I want Sabrina to win and both Chapel to win, I think Chapel should win.
I think Chapel should win. I want her.
Even though Doechii's also really good, I do like Doechii's.
I don't listen to them, so I don't know.
But I don't know any of the other ones. And Ray too. Ray was really good. She was also pretty successful, but like I just don't think it's anywhere like on the level.
Best pop solo performance is the next one. We have Bodyguard by Beyonce, Espresso, Sabrina Carpenter, Apple, Charlie XCX, Birds of a Feather, Billie Eilish, Good Luck Babe, Chapel Roan. I don't want Apple to win. Usually I'm here with Brad, but like no. I feel like Good Luck Babe. Although Birds of a Feather really did pop off more than I feel like I'm giving it credit for.
It did, and her live performance video was really good. Like if we're thinking about solo performance, it was really good. But also, I think anytime Chapel's performing Good Luck Babe, she puts on a show, and it's so good. So I'm either going to give it to Billie or Chapel.
Billie, I'm there with you. We're gonna do best pop duo / group performance. Us, Gracie Abrams featuring
3D
Taylor Swift.
and Jack Harlow should have been 3D with Jungkook and Jack Harlow should have been on there.
Didn't listen to
Or Standing Next to You with Jungkook and Usher.
Didn't listen to it.
You know Standing Next to You.
Oh, is that the one? Oh, Standing Next to You.
Yes.
Yeah, I know that one. That was really good. That was really good. I'm here for it. No, I agree. Okay. Us, Gracie Abrams featuring Taylor Swift.
No.
Levi's Jeans, Beyonce featuring
Wait a minute! No, she won it last year. I was like, why was it Gracie on the best new album? I'm like, I think she won it last year or something.
Guess, Charlie XCX and Billie Eilish. Yeah. The Boy Is Mine, Ariana Grande, Brandy, and Monica. Die With a Smile, Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars. I'm here for Die With a Smile. I'm here for Die With a Smile.
I will say, what were the options here?
Us, Levi's Jeans, Guess, The Boy Is Mine, and Die With a Smile.
I'll give it to Guess.
Guess? Okay, Guess isn't bad. I'd be happy with
like
Guess. Best pop vocal album. Short and sweet, Hit Me Hard and Soft, Eternal Sunshine, which is Ariana Grande, The Rise and Fall of Midwest Princess, The Tortured Poets Department.
Vocal.
The Rise and Fall of Midwest Princess. Chapel's vocals are crazy. That woman knows how to use her voice.
I would either give it to, but like Hit Me Hard and Soft, like some of Billie's.
I didn't listen to that a lot.
Like I've listened like her voice, like the. You know that part?
I didn't listen to a lot of it.
You don't know that?
I can't think of it like off the top of my head. I mean, it's probably good. You're
True
right.
Blue, like was just so. I would either give it to Sabrina or Chapel.
I'm going with Chapel on this one. Best dance / electronic. Oh wait, no, actually, that is not the category I thought it was. This is the one I thought it was. Best dance pop recording. Make You Mine, Madison Beer, Von Dutch, Charlie XCX, L'amour de ma vie. Wait, L'amour de ma vie. L'amour de ma vie. Yeah, Billie Eilish. Yes, and Ariana Grande. And then Got Me Started, Troye Sivan. You already know who I'm with.
Got Me Started is a
Got Me Started was iconic. You can't even. I'm so sorry.
I would either give it to Madison or Troy.
I'm here for Troy.
Because I really like Make You Mine. I think if it's the one I'm thinking of.
Got Me Started is such a dance pop number.
Plus, the sample
like,
he used is so iconic.
It is. But Von Dutch is also a really good dance pop number. But I don't think it popped off enough.
I don't know what Von Dutch even sounds like.
Von
Von Dutch. Da, da, da,
Hold
da. I don't really know.
Let me. Ooh, are we gonna copyright? Do we have to worry about that?
It's just like a little snippet.
Yeah. Where is
it? Yeah, I don't think it popped off.
I don't think it popped off enough for that. It is a very good dance pop song though. But I'm here for Troye Sivan.
Yeah, I really hope Troy wins.
We are going to look at. I'm trying to think of songs that we both know, or categories with songs that we both know. I don't. Do you listen to R&B?
Yeah, what are the nominations for that?
There's best R&B performance, best traditional R&B performance.
Do best R&B performance. What are the? Let me see if I recognize them.
Guidance, Jane Aiko. I don't know how to say that.
Oh God.
Residuals, Chris Brown. Here we go.
Why was
Coco
Chris
Jones,
Brown nominated?
Made for Me, Mooney Long, and then Saturn SZA.
I'd probably go to SZA.
Okay, work.
But why is Chris Brown being nominated for anything? It just goes to show, one, with the presidency, and two, with Chris Brown being nominated for Grammys, is that men can literally do anything and get away with it. People say that sexual assault cases or abuse, things against men ruin their lives and ruin their thing. I'm like, they seem pretty successful to me. One just got elected for president.
Oh, best rap performance. Enough, Cardi B. When the Sun Shines Again, Common and Pete Rock featuring I can't say that. Postdnuos.
No, I don't know.
Nissan Altima, Doechii, Houdini, Eminem. Like That, Future and Metro Boomin featuring Kendrick Lamar. Yeah, Glorilla, and then Not Like Us, Kendrick Lamar.
I'd probably just Glow. I love Glorilla.
I think
Glow.
Yeah.
I love her so much. I actually love her.
Did you not understand my last
Well,
night?
I was the imposter.
Oh.
So I didn't know.
Ooh.
But like I got what you meant when you said after.
Yeah.
No, I'm like in a phase where like I'm kind of been like obsessed with her. Like she was on like Kai Cenat's. She was like on Kai Cenat's stream recently, and like I just love her.
I didn't know you watched Kai Cenat.
I don't. I just get clips of it. I don't like her.
Do you listen to American Roots?
No.
Okay. There's a lot of categories that I'm not like. Hold on, wait a minute. I'm gonna look. I don't. Do you, no.
What up? Oh no, you already did that.
We got past pop, and this is where it ends for us. Best song written for visual media. Ain't No Love in Oklahoma from Twisters, the album.
I love that song.
Better Place from Trolls Band Together. Oh. Can't Catch Me Now from The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
Banger.
It Never Went Away from American Symphony.
No idea.
Love Will Survive from The Tattooist of Auschwitz.
No idea. I would either go Ain't No Love in Oklahoma or Catch Me Now.
Ain't No Love in Oklahoma or Better Place. Sorry.
'Cause you can't catch me now.
Best music video. Taylor Swift by A$AP Rocky. The song is called Taylor Swift by A$AP Rocky.
Oh, I thought you were just saying like what is
No, Taylor Swift. Like look at the top one. Taylor Swift.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't.
I've never heard of it.
360, Charlie XCX. I think that music video was iconic. Houdini.
Which one
Eminem.
was it where it was like all those girls and like Alex?
360.
Okay, that was pretty iconic.
Not Like Us, Kendrick Lamar, and then Fortnite, Taylor Swift.
I would give it to 360.
360 or Not Like Us. Not Like Us was a really good music video.
I've just never seen it. I don't watch music videos anymore.
Oh, I only watch them really if like somebody points out like, hey, this was a really good music video.
It's just
Or
not
if I see it like.
Like when I was a kid, it was all like you would just go on, you just watch Vivo music videos because you didn't have anything else to do.
Honestly, that's real. Now I'm getting into, like, classical stuff. Do you listen to classical music? That's it.
Okay. Like I said, some people definitely got snubbed.
I think so. I also think that Chaperone got snubbed with a few songs. Like, it was all, Good Luck Babe, which, don't get me wrong, iconic song, amazing song, but there's, like, Red Wine Supernova, Hot to Go.
Yeah.
Hot to Go?
Yeah. That could have been a good one for solo performance.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Pink Pony Club for music video. That music video was amazing.
I feel like it's a little too niche, though.
Fair. But that's our talk
Who
about
else had a really big... Oh, I was going to say, I'm just thinking, when thinking of people who got snubbed, I'm trying to think of, like...
I think Troy with something to give each other. He just went on a world tour with Charlie. Perform Rush? Hello?
Yeah.
One of your girls?
Yeah.
With Ross Lynch, best music video?
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy.
That's... Yeah. No, he ate with that album. I'm excited for the next one. I'm already moved on. Okay. But now we have to get into heavier topics.
Like what?
The election.
No!
Because it's important, Angie.
When it's stressy. What's Nevada's capital?
Carson City.
I've heard of it. Irrelevant.
It's next to the California border.
Irrelevant.
The capital of South Dakota, Pierre. Try to guess the population size.
10,000.
14,000. You know what the population size of our hometown is, where our school is?
Like 13,000.
It's almost 40,000, Angie.
What?
For the village and the township.
What? What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Our capital for Ohio is nearly 1 million people.
Yeah, Columbus.
Doxed.
We just doxed ourselves.
We talked about living in Ohio before.
Have we?
No.
Ohio.
Ohio.
You know what I saw the other day? I mean, it was literally last night. It was like pictures. I was like falling down the TikTok hole of watching Obama's presidency when he was running first in like 2008, and then like 2012.
Oh, with John McCain.
Yeah, I was just like, this is like actually beautiful. Like the fact that like everyone loved Obama.
They still do.
Really, everyone loved Obama. He almost won Illinois.
He did.
No, not Illinois. Louisiana. They're the same state to me. He was one...
Chicago and New Orleans.
He almost won Louisiana. That's crazy.
You know who did? Bill Clinton.
Pretty much he almost won a lot of like hard red stuck states.
Bill Clinton won a lot in the South. Tennessee, Arkansas, Missouri, Louisiana. I think he got Georgia. I think he might have flipped a Mississippi too. Bill Clinton was great.
It was just like, and there was pictures of like rednecks for Obama. It was like this whole group of people, and I'm like, I think that's so insane to me. Like that was, in my opinion, when Obama was running for president and like those elections, those were like the last like proper elections in this country.
I think 2012 was the last, like, when people were able to be like, okay, I'm like a Republican, but I'll vote for a Democrat.
Exactly.
If they really, they were able to vote with someone they agreed with rather than somebody that was just their party.
Yeah. It was like 2012 was like the last time where like I feel like this country was still even like not so divided.
Yeah. I mean, it was plenty divided,
But, like,
it was still,
I-
people
the
liked Mitt Romney, even if they didn't
MAGA
agree with him.
ruined, I feel like, America.
I think that's a fair thing to say.
It
needs to be studied.
Instead of voting on what you believe in, and, like, and thinking about America as a whole, it's just people turning a blind eye and just following what they're, like,
There was a point in time
what their so-called, like, people in the party say.
in the 90s and the early 2000s when there was a Democratic senator from South Dakota. Up until this past election, there was a Democratic senator from Montana. There were people from...
Like Ohio. Like Ohio.
Sherrod Brown, yeah.
Like, we had Sherrod Brown for so long.
Sherrod Brown was an icon.
Since 2007.
For the dignity of work, period.
We've had Sherrod Brown for so long.
Yeah, since 2007. He knew what he was doing, too. And, like, if you see him in Senate hearings, he's good at his job.
And Ohio's been red for the past, like, 2 elections.
Still a swing state, I feel like.
It's still a swing state. In my heart, it's a swing state.
It has to be.
Like, but...
We legalized abortion and marijuana. We're a swing state.
But it's like... now it's just, like, everything MAGA... And if there's a Republican out there who doesn't support MAGA, then they're not a
rhino, yeah.
Yeah, they're not a Republican. And that's crazy to me that somehow Donald Trump has become the spokesperson for Republicans.
It's just when one party, either of the parties, like, if they are so... They don't let diversity of thought happen. It's very... You know who did that? You know who did that? The Soviet Union.
Oh.
No diversity of thought. You had to toe the party line.
I don't...
It's so stupid. Let people disagree with you.
I don't think, like, there's something like that for the Democratic Party.
I think it did happen a bit with Obama.
Like, but, like, recently, with, like, within, like, the past 2 elections, like, yeah, Joe Biden was president, and, like, Kamala ran, but,
people
like...
outwardly called for Joe Biden to drop out of the race. There was diversity of thought.
Like, nobody's, like, thinks they're, like, the most amazing human beings ever, that they have no flaw ever, or, like, they are, like, in control of the party. Like, I feel like the left have a good thing where they can, like, think for themselves. Like, they are able to differentiate, you know, how they feel and what matches and what doesn't match with, like, certain politicians. But, like, everything in Republicans is MAGA.
But I feel like that's not to say, though, that, like, the Democratic Party has plenty of issues.
Oh, for sure.
Plenty.
That's why I don't like saying I'm a Democrat. I don't
Right.
like saying I'm a Democrat. I don't like saying I'm a liberal.
Right.
I'm on the left.
Right. No, yeah. No,
because Democrats have plenty of flaws. I think that's what a lot
They
of...
have a ton of flaws.
That's what people brought up on, like, people on the left. They brought up, like, why Kamala lost the election is because Democrats have strayed afar from, like, what they truly were for the middle class. But somehow...
For the working class.
Did
you see Bernie's statement? It was so, like, if you outwardly support... Like, Bernie supported a $15 minimum wage. He supported making unions easier to form. He supported getting rid of right-to-work states. Like, that was a thing. And he almost took the nomination. He appealed to the working class. He won states in the Democratic primaries that people didn't think he was going to win. It was such a long shot, but he appealed to the working class, and he almost won.
Like, Democrats were, like, they work for the, like, the working class, but I think because of this election and with Kamala's campaign, it made it feel like the working class couldn't support.
Right, it was the working class. And then I feel like she erred in trying to appeal to suburban middle class. Because there's this famous quote from Chuck Schumer, who's the Democratic leader in the Senate. And he's like, for every working class vote that we lose in Ohio, in Cleveland, in Chicago, in New York, he's like, we gain 1 for the suburbs of Cleveland and Chicago and New York. And it's like, no, you don't. That's not a guaranteed vote. That's not the way your party is shifting. Your party is shifting away from its base, which has been the working class and the minorities. It's the coalition it's failing. It's falling apart.
Yeah, it made I feel like this election, it just made people, like, Democrats feel like they couldn't even vote for Democrats because
Right.
of, like, this ideology of Trump's policies. And I'm like, explain it. Like, there was, like, articles being released saying that inflation is already increasing or companies are already raising their prices to account for the future inflation. And I was like, oh.
Companies raising prices and tariffs, there's issues with that.
Like, also, I saw something really interesting, too. California. Always a guaranteed blue state. There was someone put a side-by-side pictures of, like, the counties from, like, I think it was 2016, or either 2016 or 2012 to 2024. Or actually, it was probably 2020 to 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Majority of the counties in California in 2020 were blue. The only counties that were, like, blue for the 2024 election was, like, the counties, like, with, like, more populated. Like, a lot of the good amount of the counties were red. And that's what's concerning. You know what I mean?
This is the county map for California in 2020. And then we'll go to 2024. Hold on.
And I was like, that's concerning. Like, that's concerning.
Yeah.
Like, people say, like, now it's really like, well, California is, like, always going to be a guaranteed blue state.
Although,
like,
to be fair, California has only reported 63% of their votes.
Still.
That's 37 votes. 37% of their votes that they still have to report. That's a lot of votes.
Still concerning, though, because, like, yes, it's always been guaranteed blue, but the fact that a lot of it has turned red now is concerning, not only for the Democratic Party, but also for Republicans, because I'm like, damn, way too many MAGAs around.
Oh.
Way too many.
I think it'll be interesting to see the direction of the Republican Party after Trump.
I think
because either that man's old, he's gonna die in office, or he's dying shortly after leaving office. Mm-hmm. Like, it's reality. He's gonna leave office at 82.
Yeah, I think about that all the time. Of like, this country has been so divided after the the Donald Trump, all that stuff. It has extremely split. It's so far, it's MAGA, it's Republicans, and then it's Democrat. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. There also used to be a block of voters. Millions of people were independents.
I feel like
party registration on both sides has gone through the roof. People are... I think when you register with a party, it becomes somewhat part of your identity. So people are starting to create this identity, not around, but with the Democratic and Republican parties. Mm-hmm. Which I don't think is necessarily healthy, because I think party registration should probably only be used if you plan to be active in the party. I know people register to vote in primaries, and that's fine. They usually just unregister with the party after that. But I don't know. I think people need to stop looking at the parties as something that they should be a part of, unless they are planning to actively be a party chairman or part of the, whatever, governing for their county, or if they're going to run for office,
Yeah, but it's just interesting, how this is going to shift, because I don't want to use the big scary word that starts with the C, but I feel like things will crumble after Donald Trump is gone. I think a lot of people will be free from certain things and maybe start realizing other things. And I don't think anyone is going to take Donald Trump's spot.
I think that
because I truly think
one should make an effort to not have old as fuck bitches in the government. Because since I know I've told you this, but I'm talking to the people. Since 1988, besides Barack Obama and Kamala Harris now, because she, just lost, every single president and presidential candidate for the Republican Democratic parties since 1988, since that was 40 years ago, has been born in the 1940s.
And that's just so crazy.
And Obama was, like, still the 50s.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not... Hold on. Barack Obama. Yeah. He was born in 1961. I don't... Kamala Harris was born in 1964. Oh.
That's just my truth.
That's your biggest hear me out.
That's not a hear me out.
That's not a big hear me out.
That's
not even, no. That's fair.
But yeah, I just would love to see what happens because I don't think anyone's going to take that spot. Like, I literally think this entire thing just falls to
They need to get younger candidates. They need to get more boring candidates. They need to get candidates that stop using inflammatory language on both sides. They need to start looking at each other as individuals that have opinions. And they need to start saying, instead of, in like Congress, I mean, instead of being like, oh, it has to be my way, we have to do it this way, and I'll give up a few things. You have to actively look at, what is the other side's plan? What do they want to do? What do I want to do? What can we build from this? You have to collaborate, not just cooperate. You have to collaborate. It's not just about compromise. It's about actually coming together to build something.
That's what I liked about Kamala's campaign.
It's she didn't promote that.
She did.
No.
She was like, well,
no,
parts of it.
Campaign.
Parts of it was like she wants to stop the divide.
Yeah, no. There was that, and she also said like she wasn't opposed to appointing a Republican cabinet member.
That's what I'm saying.
Fair.
Like,
I think that's fair to say, but I also don't think it's fair to say that she would actively try to collaborate.
I mean, no.
No. This is just out of my own interest, but like if she won, I would be interested to see what her cabinet would look like. I'd also be interested. I'm interested to see what Donald Trump's cabinet will look like. I'm also really interested to see who Governor Mike DeWine will appoint to fill J.D. Vance's Senate seat. Because
I hope it's a Democrat.
It's not. Imagine it's Sherrod Brown.
Sherrod Brown!
He goes, you need to
get back in there, buddy.
He goes, you're not retiring yet.
Get back in here.
My theory is Matt Dolan. He ran in the Republican primary for this year for the Senate. He's a state senator. He aligns with Mike DeWine on a lot of issues, but Mike DeWine might be pressured into picking someone more MAGA. So maybe Secretary of State Frank LaRose or Vivek Ramaswamy. But there's also a lot of people are like saying that Attorney General Dave Yost might get it. Dave Yost had a press conference and he said, I'm not going to go run for the Senate. So he said I would actively like turn it down. So I'm interested to see who he'll appoint. I want to say our next election is next year. No, we haven't, since 2020, we haven't not had an election every year. 2020, we had one in 2021, we had one in 2022. Is that not normal? Well, I mean, like, there's usually local elections for, like, mayor or, like, city council and stuff like that. But, like, this is a statewide. We've had statewide elections every single year in 2021.
Is it because of, like, certain, like, issues?
It's because of ballot measures. So in 2020, we had the president, Senate, all that stuff going on. 2021, we had to, there was an issue related to the maps, drawing the maps.
Gerrymandering?
It was with the maps, and then it had to get sent to the people, and the people voted on it. I don't know how it went, but then the map. We also had, since 2020 started, we're on our third map. They had to redraw it 3 times because they couldn't get it passed. But what was I saying? But the 2022 Senate midterm stuff like that, and then 2023 we had abortion and marijuana, and then now we have 2024. President and midterms, or not midterms.
I still think it's. Senate. I've kind of like expected the fact that like Donald Trump had a pretty high chance of winning.
Yeah.
But like I thought issue 1 would get passed.
Me too.
I think I just
issue 1 is what we're gonna explain for the people at home. Would have put the drawing of our congressional districts and our state house and state Senate districts into a independent commission where they're like picked out by retired judges. The judges, there's 4 of them. They all have to agree to these people. There's 2 retired Democrats, 2 retired Republicans. they have to find 5 Democrats, 5 Republicans, and 5 independents. And they go through a very rigorous process to get chosen, and then those people will draw the map and figure it out. And 9 out of 15 of them have to approve the map. That is a 2/3 majority, I think. No, 3/5. So that's what it would have
I
done.
think there's just a lot of misinformation, because like a lot of people I know that would vote yes for that, they thought they voted, they thought like that the thing was to say vote no.
Right.
I think it was just wasn't known enough.
And the ballot language was atrocious. It was atrocious.
As someone who voted,
Frank LaRose.
As someone who voted, I was reading like the ending part of like issue 1, because I was like, I can't remember what it was, and then I was like, then it was like voting on the local levies. I was like, I'm trying to read these. I'm like, what does this even mean? Like, it was just very confusing language. And if you don't have political speak, it's
Oh yeah, it's
hard.
What is it called?
It's so hard to understand. Vernacular?
No, legalese.
Oh.
It's like the whole, when lawyers are like, I'm going in propria persona for pro se, sir, so, and they start speaking Latin and they throw out all these random words. That's what legalese is. It's like courtroom language. It makes no sense. You have to decipher it. It's useless. Speak plain language. Put the bill in plain language. But Mike DeWine, governor, up for a re-election in 2 years, 2026. Or no, he's not up for a re-election. He's term limited. I think he said he was retiring out of politics officially. Because he's like 76 or something like that. He's old. With it being up in the air, it could be a competitive race. I mean, Mike DeWine's re-election, he won with 60% of the vote. But he's also mildly popular.
Yeah, but now we're going to start anew.
We're starting new.
Starting fresh. Who is?
I think it depends who he appoints to the Senate.
Who do you think would be the candidates?
I think who he appoints to the Senate is Matt Dolan. And then who runs for governor is going to be either Frank LaRose or Vivek Ramaswamy.
I don't know who that man is.
Ann Coulter. I won't vote for you because you're an Indian.
Oh.
That guy, yeah.
Oh my God. Also, I just want to blame everything on Marjorie Taylor Greene.
That's Vivek Ramaswamy.
Yeah, I just want to say that everything wrong in this world is because of Marjorie Taylor Greene.
She's crazy. Sorry. Jumping away from Ohio politics. The House. If Republicans take it, Speaker Mike Johnson most likely has it, but if there's a narrow majority, he probably doesn't. He's going to have to get all of the Republican conference to vote for him.
Nancy Pelosi.
And, Lord, get her out.
She's not in anymore, is she?
No, she just got reelected.
She's back in?
Yes! But she
she's
gave
not
up
the speaker.
She's not going to lead the
Democratic
Democratic
old.
Party. She's ancient. Nancy Pelosi actually was born probably in the 1930s.
She's gotta be.
Nancy Pelosi's 84. She was born in 1940.
Didn't you think it's so crazy that in the House you can have people that are 84 and then people are literally in their 20s?
Yeah.
And that's just so insane to me.
In the Senate, there's someone who's 93. A senator from Iowa.
Put him to rest.
There was somebody, oh my God. Hold on. House, Mike Johnson might not be speaker. It depends. With the Freedom Caucus or whatever they're called, with Marjorie Taylor Greene, Matt Gaetz, Lauren Boebert, all those people, they might be like, no, we don't want you to be speaker, and they're going to try to vote for someone else. Then we're going to have another Kevin McCarthy situation where the speaker vote goes on for 2 weeks.
I remember that briefly.
Yeah, because we couldn't get anything done. We couldn't pass a budget. We couldn't do anything because these people don't know how to govern. They don't know how to run a country. They know how to shut it down.
But at least Jasmine Crockett got reelected.
That's real. I have to tell 2 stories. First one, there's this man. His name is Robert Byrd. He's from West Virginia. He was born in the 1910s. He served in West Virginia politics for a while. Then he ran to the House of Representatives. He gets elected to the Senate from West Virginia. He's a Democrat from West Virginia in the 50s. This man served until 2009 in the Senate. He was in his late 90s when he died. He's the longest serving senator ever.
What?
You know what else he did in West Virginia when he was younger? He started his local chapter of the Ku Klux Klan. And he got reelected up until 2009. He died in office.
He was a Democrat.
He started the Ku Klux Klan in his town.
And he was in the Ku Klux Klan.
In 2004, the NAACP looked at 63 Senate bills. That's quite a few. He voted with their position 100% of the time.
With the Republicans?
No, with the NAACP.
What's that?
The National Association for the Advancement of Colored Peoples.
Okay.
That was MLK and stuff.
Yeah, and he voted yes with them?
He voted with them 100% of the time.
But he was in the Ku Klux Klan. Okay, but that just goes to show that maybe he was a changed man.
He was. He frequently was talking about with race, especially. He talked about like I oppose everything I did in the past. Like if I could go back,
that's
I
good.
would change
I feel like
it
that's
so
probably
much.
why he kept getting reelected. Because he was literally like
and he was getting reelected
change.
with like margins of like 10% over his opponent. It was crazy. He was doing fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think.
But that's insane.
When he died, something happened.
I always think of this. You ever think about the fact that, like, if the Ku Klux Klan was around...
It is.
But, like, at its highest point that it was...
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think they would vote for?
They already endorsed the Republicans.
Exactly. The Ku Klux Klan endorsed Donald J. Trump. And that's... People voted for that. Don't you think there's a problem when people like the Ku Klux Klan, white supremacists, are endorsing specific president candidates? That's just insane to me. And that shows so much. But that's just my personal opinion.
I'm trying to find the quote from... Oh, do you want to hear what Obama said about him? He goes, Robert Byrd, was as much a part of the Senate as marble busts that line its chamber and its corridors. His profound passion for the body and its roles and responsibilities was as evidence behind closed doors as it was in the stem winders he peppered with history. He held the deepest respect of members of both parties, and he was generous with his time and advice, something I appreciated greatly as a young senator. I can't find it right now, but I remember that after he died, the NAACP, which was like for civil rights and stuff, released a statement saying that he was like this amazing person, and honestly, I think he's inspirational.
What an icon. What an icon. That's everything you need to see about America.
Yeah. I think I like it's odd to say it about somebody who is like arguably very odd. But like I feel like embodied a lot of what people want to see out of America.
Mm-hmm.
Change the ability to think for your own, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I can't.
What's the second story? Excuse me.
He served for 49 years in the Senate.
I just had
That's crazy.
A hiccup burp thing, and it like hurt.
Where is he? Let me find him. Oh, let me show you what he looks like real quick.
Yeah.
That was him in 2003. Where is this person?
He looks like, that one, I think it's like a retail store. It used to be by Gabe's down in Menor, by like Menor High School. I think it's still there. It kind of looks like that. Why'd you put it there instead of just putting it on your shirt?
Because I just had to set it on real quick. Strom Thurmond from South Carolina, Democrat. Strom Thurmond was appointed to the Senate first, and then he had to run, and he won his special election. This man was wildly racist. In 1960, he ran for president because the Democrats weren't racist enough.
What?
Yeah. I mean, that was JFK. But in 1964, the Civil Rights Act. Very important. Amazing. He filibustered it. Filibuster, you keep talking so that the debate can't close, so they can't vote on it. It just tries to delay it so that people get tired and they just don't want to vote on it anymore. 24 hours.
He was committed to his racism.
This man, and this wasn't like there weren't breaks. He had to stand at this podium speaking for 24 hours non-stop. He got 2 bathroom breaks. This picture is him with the transcript of his filibuster. Look at all that paper.
Racism at its finest.
Strom Thurmond was a wild person. In like the 70s, 60s maybe, he switched to being in the Republican Party.
How is he even a Democrat?
Because Democrats supported segregation first.
So true.
But his election margins, the green is him. He's winning huge amounts. Like he ran unopposed in 1956. Like, and every time he did run, usually it was just somebody else trying to another Democrat trying to unseat him. But like when he switched his party affiliation, he ran. He was winning. And eventually, when he was getting to elections, because he died in like...
I'm trying to recognize what state this is.
Oh. I told you where he's from before.
I've never seen that.
Think about... He supports segregation, so he's from what region of the country?
The South.
Mm-hmm. To start listing southern states.
Kentucky.
Mm-mm.
It's the big one. What's the?
It's not particularly large.
Virginia. No. Virginia's not even the South. In the South? North Dakota.
Be for fucking real.
Iowa. Idaho? Kentucky.
It's 2 words.
New Mexico. 2 words?
2 words.
2 words in the South?
It's on the coast.
I don't know.
South Carolina.
That's the South?
South Carolina is the South.
No.
It's further south than Kentucky.
In my head, this is it. It's like Ohio, and then like this is like...
That's Kentucky right below us.
It's like up there, and then everything below is the South.
That's not how that works, but okay.
It's how it works in my brain.
No. His last election was in 1996, and he died in
R.I.P. to that icon.
2003.
R.I.P. King.
He was 100 years old.
Jimmy Carter! Who did Jimmy Carter vote for?
Kamala Harris. He said that. He said, like, I want to live long enough to vote for Kamala
He
Harris.
said that?
Yeah.
Those words left his mouth? He said words?
He can probably speak. Anyways, but Strom Thurmond was 100 years old when he died. And the people of South Carolina were just like, we're not going to vote against him. They did polls. They were like, yeah, no, he needs to retire, but we're not voting him out. They were just like, we don't want to vote for a Democrat.
What's the capital of South Carolina?
Columbia? Sounds like...
Sounds for being so, South! It sounds pretty, what's the good word for that?
Similar.
Not white.
Oh. I thought you were thinking of Columbus. It's Columbia. It's in like the center of the state.
Also, you know what I saw about this election? Don't you think it's crazy how, because first off, how DC has its own like electoral college votes.
Yeah, it's 3.
Um,
No representation in Congress though.
that like the voting margins is like it was crazy between the gap between Trump and Kamala.
Oh, DC votes heavily Democratic.
And that's
Heavily.
so crazy to me. Like the people probably in DC are like a good chunk of like, I don't know, educated people.
I think. Well, DC also has, I think, the highest black population of any.
Really?
Yeah. Washington D.C. Yeah, no, it has a really large.
Where is
black
DC?
population. Washington D.C. is between Maryland and Virginia.
It's not in a specific state?
No, it's separately. It's its own. It's a district, a federal district. It's federal land, all federal. That's why it had to get an amendment to get electoral college votes.
Whoa, what amendment was that? 22?
I think it was 26. 22 made it so that presidents can only serve 2 terms.
Can they do that where senators can only serve 2 too?
That would have to be, I think a state could make a law, or it could be a,
Because that's
I'm
crazy.
not sure.
Governors
It was
have
the 23rd Amendment.
Oh, so I was close.
You were.
Trying to make me seem crazy.
States, not every state has the same term limits. Like Illinois doesn't have governor term limits.
Okay, like, come on now. Why do we have governors serving from like 1950 to 2009? I mean, Senate. Why do we have that?
Yeah.
Governors have a term limit. Presidents have a term limit. Representatives don't, do they?
No, they don't. Because Nancy Pelosi's been in there since the 80s.
Like, I think the term limits can be different, but there's definitely need to be a limit. Like, imagine you're 20 years old, 23 years old. You got elected into the House.
You can serve. You have to be 25 to get elected.
You're 25. 25. You are freshly 25. You might not even have like a husband or a boyfriend or anything like that. You probably don't even have a house. And I'm gonna go talk to my coworker, and it's
an 83-year-old man across the country who's been in Congress for 20 years.
Like, they're like 80 years old, can barely, or like someone really old, and then like they can barely say a legible sentence. They can't.
Mitch McConnell.
They, like, and that's your coworker? That's the person you have to make decisions with? It's like they're in completely different parts of their lives on, like, they weren't even on Earth. The person who's 25, they were on Earth, and their, like, father or mother probably wasn't even on Earth when that person. It's, like, crazy.
DC has a lower population than Columbus. But,
Is there anything else we want to talk about today?
No, we talked about the Grammys, politics, the election.
It's almost my birthday.
The
The big 19.
The big 19. Nasty 19.
Is that it? Is that like a thing?
Yeah, it's supposed to be a bad year for you.
Oh, I think it would be a bad year regardless. I don't think I'm gonna have a good year within the next 4 years. I don't think I'm not gonna have any good years. I just think of Bryce Hall. The saddest thing about this election is that Bryce Hall isn't killing himself. I forgot what he said. He said he was either gonna move away, and I was like, okay. And then he was like, I'm gonna kill myself or something like that. And I'm like, this is so upsetting.
That should have motivated everybody to vote for
Everybody,
Kamala
you should have gone on those polls and voted blue. Also, Hassan Piker said that if Texas or Florida went blue, that he would do a nude photo shoot. Everyone should have ran to the polls. They should have put their 6,000 votes in. in individually, go to each state and put their liberal polls in and their liberal votes in.
Voter fraud.
And get that thing done.
They should have made the fake voting machines.
This is what humanity deserved. Hassan Piker and Bryce Hall to be dead. Not Hassan to be dead. Only Bryce Hall. But then someone's like, girl, like, his girlfriend is an immigrant. I forgot where she's from, but she's an immigrant. Also, a crazy MAGA person. And then someone goes, bro, Trump don't like you. He would deport your girlfriend without even a second doubt. And she's like, well, we went the legal way. I'm like, do you think that matters?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It was like the thing with, like, a lot of Hispanic, Latinos, they voted for Trump. I'm like, that is so crazy for me. Because you know a good chunk of those people are either children of, like, children of, like, immigrants.
Mm-hmm.
Or just immigrants in general. It's like, it's just crazy to me because I have a similar story with my mom. But, like, these people came to America to have a better life. They birth you. You are now a citizen. They birth you. They make sure you're set up. And then you vote for a man who thinks that they, even if it's legal or anything like that, either way, in his mind, it doesn't matter to him. He doesn't like people coming to America seeking asylum. And he doesn't care. But those people are the ones who vote for him. And that's just so crazy to me.
But we have a few things to look forward to in 2025. There's a bunch of elections happening around the world. Australia. There's going to be Russian elections. Other notable countries.
Do you know what I told my friends? Oh. I go, Grady was really into politics. And also weirdly into the British Parliament.
I'm into politics around the world. Germany's having elections. Their coalition government just fell apart, so they basically can't run the country for the next few months.
You know what my Spanish teacher was talking about? She was talking about Spain right now and everything. Have you been tracking what's going on in Spain?
Yes, Spain is low-key crazy.
Because I guess they had like horrible rainfall, like the worst it's been in like 8 years. It was crazy. Like
I'm talking about politics.
Well, it's related to that.
Oh, okay.
Well, like people were dying, everything was flooding. You know what the president did? Because they have a president and a king.
They have a king and a prime minister.
Oh, well, it's like the same thing.
Similar.
But he was like, he didn't do anything. He just goes, call me if you need help. He didn't do anything. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what are you there for?
Not great prime minister.
Like, what are you there for?
He does. I think he needs to get voted out. Pedro Sanchez, I think his name is. I don't know. But Iraq also has elections. What do we have going on in 2025 in America? Oh, New Jersey and Virginia have elections for governor. I didn't know that. Canada has elections next year. Egypt. Those are the notable ones. There's a ton of them happening, though. Especially there's local elections happening in almost every country. So, I think next year. Okay, then. So for us, the mayor of the big city by us, back home.
Who is our mayor?
His name is Justin Bibb. He's like 32.
I have no idea who that is. Does he even go to stuff around our town?
Oh, I'm talking about the big city by us, like the main city.
Oh, okay.
The land.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Our mayor is the girl who from our school. She goes to Finley. Her dad, her grandpa.
What?
Yeah.
She's a Nepo baby? Yeah.
Yeah.
Her grandpa is the mayor?
Yeah, girl.
What?
Yeah.
I had no idea. Has the mayor of our town, like, gone to things?
I don't think so.
I'm like, this is like a lot of, like, small town things.
I'm pretty sure at one point, too, her father-in-law was the mayor. I think. I have no clue.
So crazy.
But the big city, the land,
yeah.
the mayor, Justin Bibb, he's like 30-something. He's young. He's up for re-election in 2027. And then we have midterm elections for congressional districts. No senator, but like House, state House, national House. That's going to happen in 2026. And then we're going to have governor election 2026. So.
Yep.
And then next year, I don't think we have any elections besides maybe the special election for Senate. But that might be 2026. I've heard conflicting sources. Nobody really knows for sure.
Anything else?
I don't think so. We didn't talk a lot about being normal today, but we never promised that.
Yeah. Hopefully we get some street interviews done.
Yeah. Hopefully we can do some of the field training.
Yeah, I do.
And then we'll also get a guest eventually one day. Hopefully.
Oh, yeah. We do need to get a guest on here. I think my friend, Delta, she'd be a great guest.
I think Delta would be a great guest.
Delta would be a great guest. She listens to this podcast.
Probably Jaden too in Mare. Maybe Ben.
Maybe. I think we have some really good options.
Because Ben also has conflicting viewpoints with us. I know that.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he's very moderate on things.
I remember you talking about that.
Yeah, he called himself the other night, election night actually. He goes, I'm a social liberal, fiscal conservative. So like money. So with the economy, more conservative. Don't clock him. We'll clock that tea when it brews.
We'll clock that tea when it gets there. Okay.
Okay. But we can wrap up now because that was a lot of talking we did.
Yeah, I'm tired. And we have a birthday dinner to go to.
We do. I have to look nice for that. Anyways.
Thank you all for joining us for today's episode.
That was training to be normal, where we didn't really train to be normal.
I hope we get another episode out soon. So
yeah, we can record it and then we can probably release it soon-ish, maybe, hopefully.
Okay.
We make no promises. Anyways, I'm Grady.
This is Angie.
And we are leaving now.
Bye.